It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS TV3. Brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's Friday, December 22nd, 2023, and we're here at the South Portland High School Gymnasium for tonight's basketball action between the Red Riots of South Portland and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz with Frank Myatt, who has camera duties now, but he'll be with us on the broadcast shortly, and joined tonight by Mike Hoffer from the Press Herald and the Forecaster. Mike, the Dogs were undefeated until last night, 4-0, now 4-1. South Portland, two-time state champion in a row, and we're going to have a ceremony in a moment, but they're 0-4 so far this year.
Right, and you know, the Red Riots are going to be celebrating their past, and their future is their present is a little muddled right now, and I think the big reason they're 0-4 is you look at the schedule they've played. They've played some really tough teams early on, and I think that's got a lot to do with where they are. This is a team that's going to come along. I've been saying I wouldn't be shocked if come tournament time, this South Portland team is like the South Portland team that took Portland to double overtime in the state game back in 2016, because that team was 9-9 going into the tournament. I think you're going to see the Red Riots figuring it out, putting it together. They've just lost so much from the last couple title teams. Jalen Jackson's absence certainly is felt, but they still have Gabe Galarraga, who's as good as any big man you're going to see, and Manny Hidalgo can really light it up from the guard position. It's just getting some of these other role players to kind of step up and really get used to varsity play. Coach Millington will get them to that point. It's just a process.
If anybody can do it, it's Coach Millington, one of our favorite players, coaches whose last name is not Russo. But by the same token, Joe Russo has Jesse Kamas and Drew Veyu averaging 12.6 points a game, with Kamas having about a dozen rebounds a game. And Kevin Rugabira, if he's on, he's hitting about 14.5 points a game.
Right, and both Kamas and Rugabira got their points last night in the loss. Just that there wasn't enough. You know, Portland was right in that game. They just couldn't make the big shot at the big time to kind of really make things interesting on Chevrolet. I don't think a loss at this point in the season is a big deal. Plus, you don't even have 24 hours to dwell on it. You come right back and you play another rival. So we'll see. We'll see how Portland can respond to that, and if the Bulldogs can get back in the win column. They've lost 5 straight now to South Portland, including last year's state game. They'll have no trouble getting up for this one.
Folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment.
For this evening's NCAA section basketball game between the visiting Bulldogs of Portland High School and your own Red Riots at South Portland High School. These students of South Portland High School wish to extend a welcome to the South Portland community and alumni here tonight. And thank you for your continued support here at South Portland High School. We'd also like to extend a warm welcome to our friends this evening from Portland. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask for your attention for special recognitions. On March 6, 2023, the South Portland boys basketball team captured the Class AA basketball championship. The back-to-back state championships in 2022 and 2023 were the first in school history since 1979-1980 teams. And on Tuesday, January 20th, 2023, the South Portland baseball team brought home their second state championship in 3 years. The 2023 basketball and baseball teams were previously presented with their state championship rings, and this evening we would like to take an opportunity to unveil the state championship banner. At this time, we would ask that head coaches Kevin Millington and Mike Owens, along with their assistant coaches and team members, come forward.
Particularly bittersweet task here with respect to the banner for basketball, given who they defeated last year, the Portland Bulldogs.
We ready?
Hard-fought victory for South Portland in a low-scoring game.
2023
There's Jalen Jackson, prominent and, as one of the people unfurling the banner. And, of course, some would say they would just as soon have him on the court still.
Yeah, what always stood out to me, Steve, about that game was Ben Smith's role. Ben Smith was nearly unstoppable. He hardly missed a shot that entire game at the Civic Center, and he really put the Red Riots over the top.
He really did. It was such an exciting game for him.
This evening are Mr. Royce, Mr. Bradley, and Mr. Gall. And now let's meet our starting lineups.
So they'll probably go with the Bulldog starters, I would think.
Senior guard, number 1, Kevin Ruggiero.
Kevin Ruggiero.
As you mentioned in the pregame, Steve, 14 points per game.
Graham Geisha.
Typical starting backcourt for Coach Russo. We've seen him roll the same starting 5 now since the opener in Bangor a couple weeks ago. Front court, Vayu, Johnson, and Kamas.
Kamas averaging the double-double this year.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Red Riots. A junior guard, number 3, Tom Maloji.
Tom Maloji. Manny Hidalgo, the other guard. Chris Keene, another guard. Darius Johnson, number 12.
Manny Hidalgo averaging over 20 points per game in his last couple contests. And of course, Gabe Galarraga inside. We'll look for a big matchup between him and Jesse Kamas tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask you to please rise. The gentlemen, remove your hats. We respectfully request that you all place your right hand over your heart while we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
The tip-off next on WPPS TV3. So we're ready for tip-off as Galarraga and Kamas are at center court.
228th matchup all-time between these two teams. Portland leading the series 128-109. First game played back in 1910.
My goodness. Galarraga controls and gets it over to Hidalgo.
Bulldogs out in 2-3 zone. It'd be interesting if Coach Russo tries to use that 2-3 as a way to kind of keep his players' legs fresh playing the back-to-back.
Portland with tight D right now here. No shot clock in high school basketball in Maine, and there's the steal by Vayu.
Gives it back.
Right back.
It's the season for giving, guys, as you know, and both teams have given a gift here early.
And another gift for Portland.
Yep. The Red Riots have won 5 straight against the Bulldogs, which is hard to believe, including, of course, the big one last March.
And, of course, that buzzer beater in the regular season as well.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Ruggiero outside. The rebound skied for by Tom Majoli. And that'll be Portland ball on the miss by Chris Keene.
And that's the thing with South Portland so far this year, is just finding someone else to step up other than Galarraga, Hidalgo, and Keene had a clean look there. He just couldn't knock it down.
Well, tipped, they're going to call it. So it remains Portland ball here. Thomas working on Galarraga. Hand. Bayou loses
nice
it.
hands.
Yep.
So 2 turnovers apiece in the early going here. Gabeira gets a hand on it.
Yep, Portland's jumped to man here.
Up and in for Hidalgo for 2. First points of the game.
You can see why he scored so much in the early going. He can get to the rim.
Here's Johnson now inside in the paint, and no. Wow, goodness.
Yep. I think it went off him, and then Hidalgo forced another turnover there.
Good strong defense by South Portland there. And a little bit of pressure from the Bulldogs.
Here we go.
2-2.
It's the Majoli back and forth here. Galarraga to the wing.
Yeah, Maloji stepped out. So another turnover, 3 apiece.
Not the best basketball that we've seen in the early going, but so Portland has a 2-0 lead with just under 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Can't think of a better way to spend a Friday evening close to Christmas than here in South Portland watching the Dogs and the Riots.
Well, almost another turnover, but...
Yeah, but Pepito, well, he gets his own rebound. And Kamas gets a rebound. So 2 offensive rebounds in that sequence. And Jesse will be shooting 2 at the line.
First foul is on Galarraga.
Good things happen when you attack the glass.
The boys won an exciting JV game here a moment ago. They won by 3 points. As Kamas gets on the board.
And South Portland's still a very deep program.
So he ties it. It's 2-2. 5.5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
And here's that 1-2-2 using the long arms of Drew Vayu up front. Nearly a deflection by Johnson.
These long passes, and there's Galarraga for the 3, and Johnson with the rebound, the quick outlet to Rugabera. Up and in.
Yep. Way to fight through the contact by Kevin Rugabera.
Great outlet by Johnson. Oh, good positioning, though, as Johnson gets the offensive rebound. Rugabera with the rebound. And they'll set it up here. 4-2 is the score. The Dogs in front. Very early going. Rugabera steps out, and Galarraga with the rebound.
Yeah, nice box out by Galarraga. He was able to knock Jesse Kamas back a little bit, which is not easy to do.
No, definitely not.
A veteran of the last 2 state championships, Galarraga.
Certainly played a huge role last year.
Nice deflection.
Yep.
Oops. Johnson for 3.
Bang.
He hits it. So we're going to have a South Portland timeout with 4:13 left in the first quarter. The Dogs up by 5, 7-2. Okay, we're back after the Kevin Millington timeout.
Yeah, Cordell Jones in. He's on top of the 1-2-2 now.
Galarraga inside.
Nice bump
Dumps
move.
it out. And the 3 for Chris Keene. Brings the Riots to within 2 in the very early going here. 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, both teams starting to heat up a little bit after that slow start.
Yeah, Cordell got that pass there from Johnson. Back out again. Here's Rugabera. Johnson puts it up again. He had the hot hand there a moment ago. This time the rebound will come to Darius Johnson.
Oh,
Take it away.
And a steal.
It's 5 turnovers already. The Bulldogs have
Oh, my
caused.
goodness.
Nice
Nice.
follow.
Jinx 1, 2, 3. Nice follow. Cordell Jones. 9-5 is the score. Dogs in front. On the other side now, Johnson. 2 threes here in this quarter. Chris Keene and now Johnson. 9-8 is the score. Dogs in front by 1. Here comes Johnson. Bumped. Back out again. Pepito.
Yeah, South Portland still showing some of those matchup zone principles, a little bit more man-to-man here. And another turnover.
This is, and now Drew Vayu was checking in for this time for James Johnson. This is exactly why I'm glad you're here, Frank, because the difference between a zone and a matchup zone and a man may be too much for my feeble mind.
Well, mine too. I just watched a lot of matchup zone when I was in high school.
That's Carmine Susi.
It was a good matchup zone, too.
Sure was.
Ooh, my goodness. Well, let's see. It's going to be Portland ball. Nice effort. Pepito inside. Kind of just throws it up there, though, and that's Galarraga on the rebound.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice swipe there.
and a foul.
Gabira, yeah. Very nice. That could be is that on Galarraga?
3 quick steals there for
First
Ruggiero.
foul on Manny Hidalgo.
Yeah.
His first, team second.
Either that or I guess you're correct. So here's Vayu in the corner. Camas now back out again to Pepito. Pepito now moves it back out. Vayu stops, shoots. Rugabira gets the, tried anyway, and then Galarraga came up with it. He goes coast to coast and is fouled.
Looked like there was a lot of ball there, but
Yeah.
the foul got called.
Tend to agree with you, Michael.
To Vayu.
And the Portland bench certainly would see it that way as well.
I think it almost was more of an angle call than a contact call.
Addison Blaze set to check in for the Riots, as well as Lucas Legage for Portland. So Pepita will take a break, as will Darius Johnson for the Dogs and Riots, respectively. Galarraga hits. It's a 9-9 game. He hits 1 out of 2.
Tied for the second time here.
Yeah. Well, it's going to remain Portland ball, as Rugabira had driven to the hoop there.
Yeah, active hands of the South Portland defense as well.
No, another
Very
steal by
difficult.
Hidalgo.
Yeah.
And they give it right back.
Yep.
So I have about 7 turnovers
For
for
South
Sopo
Portland.
and 5 for Portland, maybe.
That's what I have as well.
Look at that. We all agree, Steve.
Yeah, when I-
It must be early, because that won't last.
After the last game, I was so proud of myself, Mike, that I matched you in rebounds and points for Jesse Camas.
That's great.
The inexact science of turnovers.
Yes.
That too. Gabira now fakes the 3 and loses the ball. I think he wanted a call.
And it goes back.
My goodness. A little bit of sloppy ball here early.
Hard to keep up.
Well, the rebound coming the other way to Keene. Actually, Blaze. Whoop. Hidalgo thought And thought again. Here's Maloji.
Yep, 20 seconds left. Wouldn't be surprised to see South Portland set up for one here.
Yeah, at this point, you might as well run it down.
Tie score, makes sense. Well, South Portland isn't playing like a team that's 0-4, fellas.
Oh, wow.
Nice headsy play there to finish the quarter.
They're going to count that basket?
Yes, definitely before the horn.
Yep.
9-2 run to end the quarter by South Portland.
And let me just do some quick counting here. And what we have at the end of the first quarter is for South Portland, 3 points apiece for Darius Johnson and Chris Keene, 2 apiece for Manny Hidalgo, Addison Blaze, and 1 for Gabe Galarraga. Let's keep our eye on holding him to a very low-scoring game, at least in the early going. For Portland, they're led by James Johnson with 3 points, 1-3, and then 2 points apiece for Kevin Rugabira, Cordell Jones, and Jesse Kamas, his 2 on the strength of foul shots. Nobody with really any great rebounding prowess right now. Galarraga may lead all players with about 3.
More turnovers than rebounds probably at this point, and a lot of steals.
Yeah, and Portland really cold offensively in the last 3:30. We saw them go ice cold against Chevrolet. It was almost a 7-minute drought between baskets. So be interested to see if Portland dials up a set play here on the possession, see if they can try to get a good look.
I think if you're South Portland, just having any kind of a lead is good news at this point after starting out 0-4. And certainly a long way to go, but they've got to like the fact they responded well after falling down by 5 early.
Absolutely.
Well, Portland started the week with a win against Deering on Tuesday night, and then they played Chevrolet on Thursday. They played them tight, but ultimately Chevrolet handed them their first defeat.
Jesse said no way on that shot.
Yeah, they're going to have a deflection.
Pepito was, I think he's just upset because he felt like he was fouled.
Good hard defense, Steve.
I know. You'll never complain about no calls. Wow. That went to nowhere.
Yeah. And again, South Portland wasn't happy. They thought that if there was no foul, it was going to be their ball. As Rasheed Wallace would say, ball don't lie. They get it anyway.
So here comes Hidalgo. Stepping out, Maloji. Nice ball movement here by the Red Riots. And the 3 for Manny Hidalgo. So they're going to have an answer for him. As you suggested, Frank, he scored 20 the last couple of games in a row. So
yeah, he's really an emerging star for the Red Riots. Didn't play a huge role last year, but he's obviously stepping up big time this year.
And he got the rebound and lost it.
Got stripped by Rugabira.
I got 4 steals for Rugabira so far.
Yeah.
And 10 turnovers to the Riots.
And Hidalgo a little frustrated, so he'll get the foul there. That'll be his second. With just under 7 minutes left here, just a minute into the second quarter, he'll take a break. Number 22, Tag O'Donnell, will check in for the Red Riots. Number 14, Gabe Jackson is also in. Ooh, Kamas, a little cold.
I think he thought he'd get fouled on the hand, but...
Yeah, that's what Coach Russo's asking, but apparently we're not getting that call either.
No.
Now, can you tell us anything about Gabe Jackson, Mike, and whether he's related to Jalen?
Yes, I believe he's the younger brother.
Mike Hoffer, otherwise known... Oh, that was a travel.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as... I call him Mike Britannica.
A lot of people might not get that reference, Steve, but you don't have to call me Google or anything else.
Okay, folks, there used to be something called an encyclopedia.
And actually, someone came door to door selling them.
Is that what all those books were that were in my grandmother's house?
That's exactly what they are, and that's a story for another time.
Let's just say we call him Wikipedia. Oh, my goodness.
Travel.
That's a travel.
just real struggle right now for Portland. Outscored 12-2 here. And similar to last night when they gave up a 15-0 run to Chevers, which really kind of wound up being the difference in the game. So if you're the Bulldogs, you really want to get something going.
Yeah, Daniel Amisi is going to check in. Actually, Josh Gribben had been in and now is out again.
So over 5 minutes without a basket for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and that is exactly the cold hand that they had last night, as you suggested. 14-9 is the score. Red Riots, and there's Purveyu.
Yeah, good hard defense inside. Again, no foul call, nothing. Veyu with a hard-fought rebound. He earned it.
Yeah, Galarraga a little frustrated. I think he thought that was going to be an easy 2 points for him.
Yeah. And really lucky he didn't get called for a foul.
I just think Portland's so happy to get the shot off that, look at that. Oh, my goodness.
Offensive, wave it off.
Yep. Did a nice job getting back there and getting set defensively.
Oh, my goodness. What a call.
Yeah, Amisi, nice work by Daniel Amisi running back on defense.
And it's a second foul on Galarraga. Maybe we'll see if that can spark some offense for the Bulldogs.
There's a little discussion among the officials on something. If it's the possession arrow, which I have Portland, is they just...
Oh.
That must have been on the Drew Veyu tie-up.
Oh, my goodness, that was a dangerous pass. Here's Veyu inside. Well, okay, good hands, Amisi.
Nice work.
Oh, nice work.
That's what you need.
14-11 now. Riots in front. 5 minutes left here in the first half. Galarraga shoots. Kamas gets the rebound.
6 minute, 15-second drought, gentlemen. But you're only down 3, so South Portland didn't really take advantage there.
At this point, if you're Portland, I would try to go at Gabe Galarraga. Get the ball to Jesse. See if he can draw a third foul.
Peter Graham-Gisha. I just feel like, oh my goodness, Amisi has come in and given some great minutes to the Dogs.
Yep, a couple of huge steals. One that led directly to a basket, and then one that led to another.
Yeah, nice take by Pepito.
Yeah. Nice effort. He can tie it now, and one at the line.
Foul be on Gabe Jackson.
Rather quiet crowd here tonight. One of at least my favorite venues to watch a game.
Well, Beal Gym has a ton of history.
I do miss those end bleachers with the good student section.
Yep. Yeah, there were some memorable games here with those bleachers involved.
Wow.
Well,
nice help by
Great
Kamas.
work by Kamas.
yeah, Jesse really not scoring yet, but he's doing a great job defensively and on the glass.
I got 15 turnovers for the Red Riots here.
Not what a coach wants to hear when you have more turnovers than points at this stage of the game.
Oh my gosh, way across court. And here is Veyu. It doesn't fall. Again, they do not have the hot hand right now. Johnson with the rebound.
Now the Red Riots have gone cold, closing in on 4 minutes without a point. And that won't help.
But, well, we'll have a tie-up.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Well,
Technical.
double technicals.
Wait, whoa. I'm wondering why Jesse Kamas got the tee there.
I think he and Galarraga came down tied up. I think he's going to go double technical.
yeah, it's not looked that way.
You good, Jesse? You good?
Folks, what did you guys see that I didn't? Because I really saw Jesse take it to the face there.
I looked down to check my possession, Steve, and I looked up and they were kind of
They were both
facing off a little
fighting
bit.
for the ball. I think Jesse's saying all I was doing was holding on to the ball.
So the fouls will go to Kamas
And Galarraga.
and Galarraga. Oh, that's a nice pass inside.
Yep, too easy off the inbound, but Bulldogs get a break. And a nice job there. Pepito called the timeout with Vayu had the ball on the ground, so it's going to be Portland ball.
That was a smart move there with 3.5 minutes left here. 14-14 is the score. We really could use a sideline reporter, folks.
Put it in the budget for next year.
They might have to cut our salaries to pay for it, though, Steve.
I know we had this discussion last night. They could multiply it and pay us 10 times what they're paying us now, and we'd still be willing to do it.
Yes.
Even though it would be zero just the same.
Because you're still well paid.
Yes. Well paid in so many other ways, Mike.
I agree.
Yeah, most of all, a chance to see 18 fantastic high school basketball games.
I want to thank station manager Henry Gio for supplying us with the opportunity to have 3 broadcasters at a time, which is something that we've heretofore been unable to do.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Steve, it's like the Monday Night Football booth back in the 70s. I don't know which of us is Howard Cosell.
I think we all know Steve's Howard Cosell.
Yeah. I'll take the Don Meredith role. I'll even sing Turn Out the Lights if this gets out of hand.
That's Muhammad Ali. Jesse Kamas for 2. And the Dogs take a 2-point lead, 16-14, 3 minutes left here in the first half. Well, that's a nice effort, and a better effort by LaGage to steal the ball. Now, Amisi's out there. He's asking everybody to kind of hold it up a little bit.
7 straight points for Portland, so this has really been a game of runs. And droughts.
Indeed. Not the biggest drought I've seen on this floor, but...
Yes, or the lowest score for that matter.
Oh, my goodness. So not having the hot hand right now, but it's going to stay Portland ball.
Yeah, there's a nice look by LaGage there.
Rugabira is going to check in for Lucas. And Amisi to inbound. Because he had a player down. Pepito to Drew Vayu. Back out again. He's played pretty tough by O'Donnell.
Nice
inside to Jesse. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. That was pretty acrobatic.
And we have a turnover to boot.
Wow. So everything going Portland's way right now, and nothing going right for the Red Riots.
You know the old the movie Don't Look Up. Well, this is Don't Look Down.
Exactly.
You miss too much.
Yeah. Pretty acrobatic move by that defender, though, to avoid Jesse on the way down.
Absolutely. Here's Rugabira inside. Now, Jesse Kamas.
Oh, nice
couple blocks.
Out to Rugabira over everything, but again, Kamas with the second offensive rebound in that sequence.
And he's going to pick up his second foul.
That's a tough one there.
It is with a minute. I'm not sure what the clock is here.
It's
I think
1:34.
It's 1:34 left.
There is a light out, but if you look at it long enough, you start to realize what it is, especially when you have to write everything down.
18-14. The Dogs up by 4 here with 1.5 minutes left. Dogs, good hands.
6 minutes without a point for the Red Riots.
I'm going to call, that goes out. An effort there was made on the offensive rebound by Blaze, but then it was turned over. I'm going to start calling the Portland Bulldogs the good hands people. I'm going to call them All-State. Because they really have great hands on defense tonight here, and they're springing forward here. Rugabira, inside out again. Kiram Gisha will try to reset. Misi.
A little more of the passing off here from South Portland. Defensively, looking more in the traditional matchup sense.
Nice feed again.
To Vayu. Inside.
Good
Well
look
done.
by Rugabirwa.
Vayu gets his first 2 of the game. It's a 6-point Portland lead with 40 seconds left here in the first half. And there's Maloji. Oh, lost the handle. 24 seconds left here. Misi giving the Dogs some really good minutes out here. Some of the best minutes we've seen him do this year. Well, yeah, but it didn't fall. And Jones.
We're going to stay down here.
Gosh.
Couldn't quite come down with it.
7 seconds left. Portland's on an 11-0 run here. Galarraga is going to re-enter just for this offensive possession.
Yep, well, smart move by Coach Millington there. Looks like it'll be Jones tasked with D'ing him up. They can expect a lob here.
I think that's what they wanted to do.
But
now the bank doesn't fall, and it'll be Portland ball. So 1.7 seconds left. Can they get a shot off, Frank?
We'll see. They had plenty of time.
Well,
Pedo.
double clutch there, I think.
Shades of, was it Gorham or Wyndham? Yeah. Quinn just missed that. So anyway, it's 20-14. We're going to give you a quick halftime wrap up here in one moment. So guys, 2014 lead for the Dogs here at halftime. A very, very kind of on and off quarter, half for all teams.
Yeah, you know, it starts out Portland with a 7-2 run. South Portland responds with a 12-2 run. Then the Red Riots don't score the final 7-18 of the first half, and Portland closes it out with 11 straight. So I guess whoever has the last run might win this game. But, you know, the Bulldogs, especially coming off a game last night and a tough loss, got to be happy going into the locker room up 6 at the half.
Absolutely. And, you know, I would say the storyline for me is holding Gabe Galarraga to 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point, 4 rebounds, maybe a block. I mean,
right.
He's one of the premier players in the SMAA, and Coach Russo, the Bulldogs, Jesse Kamas and company have done a great job of holding him in check for this entire half.
Absolutely, and the storyline for me is the turnovers. 18-8. South Portland just with a lot more turnovers than Portland. Let's just talk a little bit about the scoring. Hidalgo has 5 points, and Johnson with 3 and about 6 rebounds. Those are the leaders for the Red Riots. For Portland, really just spreading it out, except, of course, Jesse Kamas leading in scoring with 6, leading in rebounds with 4, and the all-important offensive rebounds.
You're right, and you get extra possessions, and Portland actually had 10 extra possessions in that half, considering South Portland had 18 turnovers to its 8. So that's been a big part of this, and we'll see if Portland can keep the pedal to the metal and maybe extend this a little bit as the second half begins, or can South Portland rebound, considering they haven't scored in almost 8 minutes.
Mike, Frank, and I will bring you second half action momentarily. And here we go, second half action.
Looks like both teams going with their original starters here. For the Riots, Maloji, Galarraga, Johnson, Hidalgo, and Keene. Bulldogs, Rugabirwa, Garmagisha, Vayu, Johnson, and Kamas.
So, Coach Russo is talking about something happening. And Coach Legage as well.
A little discussion with the officials.
I can't figure it out, but anyway, Johnson to Garmagisha, and here we go. Rugabirwa back to Garmagisha. There's Jesse Kamas. Pito tries to get the shot off, but Hidalgo, but Maloji on him rather, and there's a turnover. Whoa, that is absolutely an offensive foul. That was actually a great call.
It's his third foul, Frank. They took a foul away in the second quarter and gave it to Hidalgo. I don't know what the issue was because I thought it was the same situation where he had charged, but I think...
So you have 3 on Hidalgo?
So, yeah, so 3 on Galarraga, yes.
How about Hidalgo?
Hidalgo, I believe, has 2.
Okay.
We're still on, folks. We just had a little issue with the headphones. Jesse over everything. The rebound to Johnson.
Comet's going right at Galarraga. You want to pick him up that 4th foul. That really puts you in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. Oh,
and
nice
instead,
hands.
we get a steal.
Here comes Pepito.
20 turnovers now for South Portland. We're barely into the third quarter.
My goodness.
It's not a number Coach Millington likes to hear.
No, he's not going to be happy with that.
Thomas open for the 3.
A little long.
Not this time. But Pepito.
Nice hustle.
That's going to stay Portland ball as it was knocked out by Manny Hidalgo.
Yeah, James Johnson will get credit with that rebound, but that was really created by Pepito, just getting his hand on the ball, allowing it to bounce around a little bit longer.
Still 20-14, no score here. 6:39 left. Here's Jesse. Oh,
he lost control.
He did indeed. And we had the other. Oh my goodness!
Be a travel.
Yeah, there's a travel, but it's a wet floor that hopefully they'll deal with, because you don't want to see from a safety standpoint, or maybe he just lost his footing, but. 2014. Rugabira back out to Garam Gisha. What are you calling this defense, Frank?
It is a little matchup zone. They're really not switching off Jesse, though. I think they're keeping Galarraga more or less on him.
Kevin cuts.
Nicely
done.
That
was well done.
Yeah, patient offense there by the Bulldogs.
I mean, it was patient, and he didn't hit Rugabira the first time he was cutting. He hit him on the inside. Patient, as you said. 22-14 is the score. Dogs in front. That's
13 straight.
That's going to be a 3 at the line.
And it's probably going to end the drought and the run here.
Yeah, Kevin got a little aggressive on the trying to get the steal. And swiped across Galarraga's arm. So we'll have 3 shots for Manny Hidalgo.
Well, South Portland needs any kind of spark, and this might provide it.
Well, they're down by 8. Make it 7.
And that ends a 9-minute, 38-second scoring drought. Hard to win when your offense goes dry for that long.
Absolutely. It's the second.
Lucas Legage will check in. 2 out of 3.
Ain't bad.
Meatloaf. Meatloaf again. Jesse Druve with the rebound. Here's Camus inside. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy,
wow,
picked it up.
That's going to be on Galarraga. We'll say he got him with the body, I think. Yeah.
And that's 4, and now he's going to come out. And Tristan Sanders is going to come in. He's a 6'5" player as well. Very,
only a sophomore.
Well, to me, impressive in the JV game and very physical.
Yep, he's exactly what South Portland needs to D up Jesse Camus if they're going to be without Galarraga.
So 23-16 is the score. Camus in and out, and the rebound to Johnson once again.
Yeah, he's been very aggressive on the glass.
The nice scoop, but not in.
Couldn't finish, and Hidalgo at this point's really got to create the offense.
Nice job by Druveo to tie it up. The possession arrow stays with South Portland. Again, 23-16, 5:11 left here in the third quarter in Beale Gymnasium. Oh, my goodness.
That should be off Johnson.
A near turnover.
He is competitive, though. And checking in again is Gabe Jackson, and he'll check in for Darius Johnson. Will take a spell. And Hidalgo now with Garamgisha on him. Spins and in. Whoa. That was a heck of a shot. Gives him 9 on the night.
First South Portland field goal in a long, long time.
Here's Thomas inside.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, some solid defense there by Sanders.
Yeah, Thomas getting doubled. He's such a good passer. I'm kind of surprised that he wasn't able to kick that out and find somebody, but momentum was definitely taking him towards the hoop.
Nice ball movement again by South Portland. Hidalgo throws it up and hits the 3.
He's feeling it now.
He is indeed. He's got 7 points this quarter, 12 on the game, and he brings the Riots to within 2 with 4:09 left here in the third quarter, guys.
Yeah, just as soon as it looked like maybe Portland was on the verge of breaking away. Once Galarraga got that 4th foul, Hidalgo said, jump on my back, boys, and he's brought his team back.
A little 7-2 personal run here in the last minute and a half or so.
Okay, folks, we're back. And it's going to be Portland ball as Drew Veyu will take it in. So they're having Lucas Legage come back out and saying that the Rugabira substitution, they didn't wave him in.
I think that was by design.
Okay.
At least that's what we'll go with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that Kevin felt that way. Oh my gosh, what a pass by Thomas, no look.
Thomas, fantastic court vision.
Yeah, but a turnover. Here's Hidalgo off to the wing. And a travel for Maloji.
South Portland's turnover woes continue.
Yep. 22-11, leading in the stat that you don't want to be ahead in.
Indeed. Here we go. Thomas is fouled.
Sanders is first.
Well, he's got fouls to give.
Yes,
I feel like that's his role. Is just do whatever it takes to prevent Thomas from going off here while Galarraga's on the bench until well into the fourth quarter, I would think.
Yeah, I think the more he can get under Thomas's skin, the better as well.
Yep. And so far, so good.
He did. Hidalgo with the rebound,
nice job by Rugabira with
he
the
loses
steal.
it. Here comes Thomas. It's 2-on-1, up and in. And again, another steal.
That's 6 for Rugabira by my count.
Yep, might as well.
Here's Pepito. Oh, my goodness. Sanders with the rebound. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's a 4-point lead for the Dogs, 25-21. Around the horn, here's Jackson.
Nice look.
Oh, my goodness. If your name is Jackson and you play for South Portland, you can hit a 3.
And a timely one at that.
Sure was. Oh, Jesse with a look to answer. Well
and he
done.
gets it.
Yeah, you didn't like the contact there from Sanders afterwards.
28-24, 4-point lead, 2:21 left here in the third quarter.
Big answer there by the Bulldogs.
Oh, my goodness, that looked like a step. Hidalgo.
Oh.
So all alone in the corner, and Thomas with the rebound on the miss by Keene. Johnson. And he'll be,
Jump
ball.
Tied him up, but we'll stay down here.
Oh, they're calling it a travel.
Okay.
A lot of erasing going on now. Bulldogs' 12th turnover.
2-1 right now in that category.
Oh, Hidalgo.
Oh, beautiful
Monster
move.
9 points in this quarter for Manny Hidalgo. Brings the Riots to within 2. Jesse on another 3.
Oh,
and he hits it.
Fouled.
And again, that might be a foul.
Okay.
And Coach Russo's going to grab a 30-second timeout.
Okay, we're going to take one, too. The score, 31-26 with 1:21 left in the third quarter. So, after the Joe Russo timeout.
15 points for Jesse Camas here off that 3.
They've got a good Hidalgo-Camas battle going on right now.
Yep.
Carmine Susi is checked in for the Riots, number 2. Is Jackson inside.
Well,
Oh, my goodness.
nice putback.
Excellent putback by Maloji. His first points of the game. It's funny, we've been calling his name all night.
A very active player.
Right now, the Red Riots need other players to step up, and that's really been the story of their season. It's going to be the difference between 1-4 and 0-5.
Rugabira. Jesse Camas
Oh,
Wow.
gets it.
that's one way to do it.
Camas is playing his heart out tonight, folks.
Sure is.
20 seconds left here. Wouldn't be surprised to see South Point try to calm down and clear out for Hidalgo.
Well, they're down by 3 right now, 31-28. Oh, my goodness.
So whirling dervish there.
Nice take.
Can't finish.
Vayu to Amisi.
Counts if it goes. No.
Okay, so we're going to end the third quarter with the score 31-28. Folks, that was pretty exciting, guys.
Yeah, really just
Every time it looks like Portland's going to pull away, South Portland comes back. So it looks like we're set up for a great finish here.
We're going to bring it to you next. We'll take a break.
so Bulldog ball to start the fourth quarter.
Here is Pepita Garamgisha. He's got Amisi here, who's really given the Dogs some great minutes tonight. Rugabira throws up the 3.
Oh, look good.
Just does not have the hot hand tonight. Sanders with the rebound, and it's off his head. Oh, my goodness
Camas
gracious.
forces the steal.
That's incredible.
Sure is.
What's your turnover number now for South Portland, Michael?
I have got them at 25.
Squares with me.
Okay.
And me as well. Dogs at a dozen, maybe?
Yes.
Yep.
And what a difference in this game. Well, you realize how close it is still. Oh, a block by Sanders, but Camas gets it back.
Wow.
And he's fouled to boot.
Yeah, nice work by Jesse Camas to keep his head, stay within the game, stick with the ball, be rewarded with a basket and foul shot.
Sanders has his second foul. 33-28 is the score. Just a half a minute into the fourth quarter. Camas has really taken over here.
Yeah, it seems like in the clutch moments, he's at his best.
Yeah, Portland ratcheting up the pressure here. Denying that inbound pass.
Susi comes down and get the ball. Oh my goodness.
Yep, again.
Vayu
Great
almost.
defense, even if you're just getting deflections, it gets in the other team's head.
Yeah, those deflections are what lead to the turnovers. It's a nice work by Vayu.
Jackson will work the baseline to put it in, and he gets it to Sanders. Here's Hidalgo now as the light presses off. So Susi's left untouched in the corner. No.
Can't hit.
Nice rebound there by
Malochi all over again, and there's Jackson for 3.
Couple open threes, can't bury him.
Sanders is doing a really nice job.
Sure is.
Very impressive.
Some huge minutes from him. Keeping his team in the game.
Cordell Jones set to check in for the Dogs right now. Here's Vayu. It's a 4-point game, and it's an offensive foul for
He
Vayu.
lowered his shoulder, and you can see that was going to go the other way.
Cordell Jones will replace Drew Vayu.
What do you think? About 4 minutes left. Galarraga comes back somewhere in that neighborhood.
I'd say
or maybe
so.
depending how the game goes here, but
I mean, Sanders has really given him great minutes.
he has given him great minutes. Coach Millington's got to be thrilled the fact that they're still this close. It's barely a 2-possession game at this point. Maybe about to be one. No.
Can we say off Ruggiero maybe?
Yes. So we'll stay down here.
Pleads his case. But I think he needs
win.
to hire Steve Schwartz for that one.
Oh, Jackson.
Yeah, that was a
off
tough
the
angle
glass.
there.
Look at Sanders go for those rebounds.
Couldn't hold on to it though.
Ooh.
But we'll stay down here again.
Yep. Like all blue jerseys involved thought it was off Sanders.
Big possession here. Red Riots would desperately love to get this down to one possession.
6.5 minutes left here in regulation.
Long three.
The long
Bang.
three.
He loves
hit
those.
by Hidalgo. His third three of the evening.
That was almost from a different area code.
No kidding. And it was, and it brings the Riots to within one.
Closest we've been in quite a while. Nice look
Gabera.
there.
A necessary basket for him as well as the Dogs.
Every time South Portland gets close, Portland has answered, which is a very promising sign. Oh, near steal.
Yeah, Portland swarming to the ball here, particularly when Hidalgo has it.
Nice move by Jackson.
Jackson on the baseline.
Ran into a brick wall, though.
Yeah.
Foul on Ruggiero with the swipe. Nope, it'll be on Giragisha. His first, Portland second.
It was a relatively quiet first half, but the intensity has picked up here big time in the second half. Galarraga is about to check back in, guys, at the 5:41 mark.
And at the line here will be Maloji. And here comes Sanders, who should.
Yeah, he played great.
He should get a nice hand. He certainly deserves one from us.
Absolutely.
He did a great job, and he's fun to watch.
And I think for Coach Millington, just seeing how well Sanders plays, I mean, he could go in an offense-defense situation with him in a big moment.
Bodes well.
Pressure situation, he hasn't faded.
Giragisha with the rebound on the miss. So the Dogs up by 3 here.
And they're going to go right at Galarraga here. Nice
Oh
steal
my
by
goodness,
Jackson.
nice work by Jackson. Susi in the corner.
Nope, too long. Oh,
Okay, here comes Jesse. It's one-on-one. He stops.
Smart.
nope. It was smart to pull up. You're right.
And once again, Jesse Thomas, who's fouled, this time by Susi. And once again, he catches a ball that is thrown at him, meant to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
The ball keeps finding him in big spots.
And it could find worse players.
Exactly. And South Portland had 2 great looks at tying this game up. Just couldn't knock down the shot.
Well, he can make it a 2-possession game here if he sinks one. Brings the Dogs up by 4. Jones takes a break. Johnson comes in. And a lane violation?
Apparently.
Yep.
I don't know. Jesse's holding his shoulder, too. I don't know if he got dinged there. If it was that last play, because he did get tied up when he was trying to go up. Keep an eye on that.
Not a great sign. And now we're in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Let him do it.
Wow.
Doggo
That one brought
banks
rain,
it.
but it
Jesse
didn't find the
picks
net.
it up. Bad shoulder or not, he picks it up.
Cut Jesse one rebound away from a double-double.
Yeah, and Jackson did his foul. It has to be called at some point, Frank.
I guess.
Cordell Jones checks in for Jesse Thomas, who's really, clutching his shoulder. And he's tired to boot, and
he's giving Portland some really big consecutive minutes here. And Jones loses it.
Hidalgo with the steal.
Here's Galarraga inside.
Oh boy, is that 5?
Wow.
Well, they're not going to call it. They're going to call it a train wreck and not a foul on anybody.
No call.
Probably a good non-call.
Really?
Well, I don't know. No one likes to see the game decided by the referees.
But Galarraga is lucky. Let's put it that way.
Yes, he is very lucky.
One could argue that not calling it is deciding it by the referees.
Good point.
Spoken like a true umpire.
Not so much an umpire as a lawyer.
Yeah.
A nice block,
Nice
and look
putback.
who's inside. Johnson on the putback. Great work for James Johnson. It's a 6-point lead. 3 minutes, 44 seconds left in regulation. Here's Galarraga going up. And Cordell Jones with the rebound.
Just an all-around frustrating night for Gabe Galarraga.
Yeah.
Well, leave it to a Joe Russo team to frustrate a star on another team.
Mission accomplished tonight.
Oh, Rugabira up and down. But no.
That'll stay. Oh, no.
I thought so, too.
He couldn't
They're going
believe
to give
it.
it to South Portland. Jesse coming back in.
Amisi will take a seat. Oh, wait, no,
Jones.
Cordell will. Galarraga takes it over half court. Oop.
That's got to be a travel.
Wow, what great defense there.
Yeah. Thomas, great job holding his ground.
He's not happy with that call.
Thomas has some fans on the other side of the court there that were giving him some big-time encouragement after forcing that turnover.
Actually, Jesse Thomas has fans all over this
As he should.
house tonight.
As he should.
Rugabira inside to the posting. Thomas!
Not this time.
And Jackson with the rebound. He skies for that.
SP really needs to score here. And Hidalgo will get to the line.
And that'll be on Rugabira.
Be Kevin's third. Nope, second.
Second.
That's what I have.
I'm just off tonight. I'll give up, let you guys take it.
So
Can't give
39.
up, see the finish line.
Yeah, 6-point lead here for the Dogs still. 39-33 with 2:45 left. And Hidalgo hits the first.
18 for him. More than half his team's points, but he misses the big second one.
And who else but Jesse Thomas with the rebound?
Double-double for Thomas.
Which is what he's averaging this year. Here's Pepito.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, a well-called timeout there. 2.5 minutes left. We're going to stay with you, folks. 39-34 is the score. How do you see this being drawn up, Frank?
Well, I think a big thing is we got 2.5 minutes left. I believe Portland's down to one timeout. So they did retain that possession. So this is going to be a big inbound for Portland. See if they can get something going towards the basket. I think we could all say the ball has to go into Jesse Thomas's hands at some point. If he doesn't touch the ball in this possession, it's not going to be very well designed at all. And if you're South Portland, I think the big thing is for Galarraga's got to play straight up. He can't get frustrated. He can't lean into Thomas because otherwise that'll be 5 for him. And otherwise for South Portland, just go for the steal. I mean, Portland has 15 turnovers. Both teams are over that kind of 12 turnover max that varsity coaches really like to see. So, they've been vulnerable on giving the ball away. It is, as Michael said earlier, the season of giving.
Right, and South Portland doesn't need to panic or rush things either. I mean, there's still 2.5 minutes. We still got some time to go. And South Portland had their looks to tie this thing up. They've been able to hang in the game. Just getting over that hump and actually catching up hasn't been able to happen.
Yeah, each team with a foul to give before we hit the bonus as well.
Right.
So after the timeout, it looks like James Johnson will take it out right near us. I want to thank AD Todd Livingston for the accommodations here at the top of half court. Always very gracious.
He just got a national citation.
Goodness.
Is that a parking ticket, a speeding ticket, or what?
No, a positive citation.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Intentional.
Yeah, that was a heck of a foul there. Saving the basket by Jackson, but showing that he's as physical as his brother, even on the football field.
Yeah.
A couple big foul shots here for Kevin.
And a big opportunity missed by South Portland to get going the other way.
No legs.
Yeah.
So the score is 39-34. It's a 5-point lead, and Cordell Jones will check in for Danny Amisi. He gets a nice hand from the crowd and his bench. Rugabira hits one of two. Makes it a 6-point dog lead with 2:13 left in regulation.
Oh, almost.
Oh my goodness. It's been happening all night. Jackson floats it home.
Nice.
Solid take there by Jackson.
5 points for him. Just under 2 minutes here. The Dogs up by 4. South Portland never out of this game tonight, and in many sometimes leading, but what a move by Jesse Thomas. Crucial. Frank, you said it, the ball needed to come to him, if not on that play now.
That was a tough angle shot.
Yes.
And as we've said before, he smells the basket. He just knows where it is.
Well, he won the Vinyl Trophy last year for a reason.
Galarraga jumps up, gets his own rebound.
Closing in on a minute to go.
Yeah, the Hidalgo with the long three.
He
and
loves
Jesse.
that. Oh, what
a play.
What a heads-up play.
That's the way to do it.
Steve, we've seen Jesse Thomas catch two thrown off him, and he does it on the other end, retaining possession for the Bulldogs.
He is just...
He's done it all, literally.
Yeah. I mean, if he could possibly say it, he's also the most improved player. And
he was already pretty good.
Exactly.
And that'll be 5 fouls on the Riots in the second half, so we'll be shooting 2 here on in for the Bulldogs. Rugabira going to the line.
So just under a minute here. 42-36 is the score.
Portland had a tough physical game not even 24 hours ago, and the fact that they're playing this well and not really showing much fatigue speaks well to this team's conditioning.
Yeah, and down the stretch here, foul shooting I think is where we might see that crop up. So it'll be critical for these guys to be able to get those foul shots up, even though their legs may feel like jelly.
Yeah, that's a quick rebound there by Maloji.
Oh, near travel and a near turnover.
Galarraga back in. Was still in.
South Portland's got to do something quickly.
They do not need a 3 though.
I mean, you'd love the 3, but you got to get some points.
Jones with the rebound, straight to Rugabira. He's up and in.
That should do it.
Now half a minute. 44-36. Dogs in command.
And for South Portland, need something quick here.
And they turn it over again. Drew Veyu holds on to it this time.
Some big plays by Cordell Jones down the stretch.
And he just checked back in along with Drew Veyu. And now there'll be a foul.
Yep, that'll be on Jackson.
game well in hand here. 13 seconds, 44-36 is the score. The crowd starts to file out. What's amazing, guys, is that it's only 7:30. This is the earliest a game has ended for us this week.
It's a beautiful thing.
I feel like I have nightmares of walking out of here after 10 o'clock on a boy-girl doubleheader at some point.
Yes, there have been plenty of those.
Maybe a senior night involved as well.
Graham Geisha hits both in the stretch, as you suggested, Frank, important down the stretch as Lucas Legage will check in for Pepito. It's a 10-point lead with 13 seconds. That'll be the end of the game here.
Oh, another
Although
long
Hidalgo
three,
hits that three.
It'll look good on the stat sheet.
And Cordell Jones will just dribble it out as the final will be 46-39. Bulldogs. And Frank and Mike and I will be back to wrap up. So, folks, the Dogs pull out a 7-point victory tonight on the strength of 21 points and 11 rebounds for Jesse Kamas. It doesn't tell the whole story about how well he really did tonight, Mike.
No, I mean, he was the man, and he had to be. And the fact that he keeps stepping up like this in the big games, it just bodes well for the rest of the season. And I think it just shows that he's one of the, not only the conference's elite players, but he's probably going to start entering the discussion as one of the state's top all-around players as well with a performance like that.
Frank, another big point. Mini Hidalgo, great game tonight with 21 points, but Gabe Galarraga held to really no meaningful statistics in the second half.
No, he was in foul trouble, spent a lot of the second half on the bench, but we have 1.4 rebounds for him. Yeah. If not for Hidalgo, this game would have been out of hand early. Hidalgo had 16 points in the second half. He had some big threes at timely moments to kind of keep this competitive, but then Portland pulling away down the stretch, a couple big foul shots from Pepito Gurmagisha, and really, to me, the story is going to be the turnovers. I mean, South Portland turns the ball over 29 times. I don't care who you are, you're not going to beat anybody doing that.
No.
And 7 of those are steals courtesy of Kevin Rugabirwa with a great effort there with his long arms getting those deflections.
And he had 9 points to boot to go with it, and 5 points apiece for Pepito Gurmagisha and James Johnson. Folks, that's going to wrap it up here from Beal Gymnasium. What a pleasure to work with 3 tonight.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Two very knowledgeable people and myself. And so for Mike Hoffer and Frank Myatt, just thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you next time. Good night.